So in ocean freight, your container can be loaded onto a direct service. So that would mean you load your container maybe in Shanghai. The container stays on the vessel until it arrives at its destination in Rotterdam. And although the vessel will call at certain ports on the way, your cargo stays on. So it's on a direct service, it gets loaded in Shanghai, gets offloaded in Rotterdam. Quickest way to do it, right? So transshipment services is where, as an example, your container may load in Shanghai, but then it may go to the port of Singapore, gets loaded off the vessel at Singapore, and then waits for another vessel to take it into Rotterdam. Okay, so that's first of all going to take a little bit longer, sometimes quite a bit longer, and a lot can happen, right? So it could miss the connection, or which would cause further delays, or it could get damaged, or it could get lost. So not a very fast way of getting your cargo to where you want it to be. Now, in your own life, the more direct you are moving towards your goal, the quicker you're going to achieve it, right? So why is it that we procrastinate? And what really is procrastination? So how often have you said to yourself, I'll do it later. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next month. We're coming towards the end of 2023. Maybe you're saying, I'll do it next year in 2024. But how many times have you told yourself you were going to do something and then you didn't do it? So procrastination, well, in some instances, we procrastinate because we really just don't like doing something. We're quite confident we can do it, but we just can't be bothered. So maybe that would be something like cleaning your kitchen cupboards, or cleaning out your garden shed, or filling out your tax form, or maybe painting a wall or cleaning the bathroom. So you know you can do it. You've done it many times before, but you just don't like it, and that's why you procrastinate. So for these kind of things, here's the solution. Plan yourself a shit day. So clear your diary one day a month, or maybe a couple of times a month in the beginning. Clear your diary of everything else and plan those shitty tasks on that particular day. Okay. Now, once they're in the diary and you've planned them, you can actually forget about them, which will create loads of extra brain space, which will allow you to be way more creative in coming up with ideas as to how to achieve your goal. So you no longer need to think about them until it is the time to do it. And then, because you do them all in one day, you just feel a little bit shitty for one day rather than every day that you're thinking about these things that you should be doing. Very helpful, right? So at the end of your shit day, do make sure that you then plan something to do for you, something that you enjoy doing. Maybe a massage, maybe watching Netflix, maybe reading a book, maybe going out for a nice meal, something that you really enjoy, sort of as a reward for doing all these things that you couldn't really be bothered doing. And now you've done it, so it's a celebration. However, the main reason that we procrastinate, especially if we're procrastinating on something that we actually really want, it's because of a lack of decision. So we don't decide, we don't make a committed decision to actually do it. Now, the reason that we don't decide is actually because we ultimately lack confidence. So procrastinating in these instances is due to your lack of ultimate confidence in being able to do it. You don't truly believe that it's possible that you can do it. You don't know how to do it. Maybe you think, what will other people say? Or maybe you think, who am I to think I can do this? Okay, so lack of confidence causing you ultimately to procrastinate because you don't take the decision. Well, there's some good news here, because your goal or something that new that you want is something new. You don't know how to do it, right? And the fun, as my mentor Bob would say, Bob Proctor would say, he would say the fun is in finding out how to do it. And it really is. So think back to when you started your very first job. You didn't know how to do it, but you just learned on the way how to do it, right? And it's the same with everything else. It's the same with anything new. You can learn how to do it. So confidence is actually knowing that you know. And when you have confidence, nothing will be able to stop you. So think of a tightrope walker that spans a line between two skyscrapers in New York and walks across it. He believes he can do it. Think of the trapeze artist in the circus. They believe they can do it. Now, the thing is that they decided that they were going to do it, and then they practiced over and over and over again. They fell off and they got back up again, and they kept going and kept going and kept going and practiced and practiced and practiced until they were confident, until they knew that they could do it. So think of the Wright brothers. They were confident that they could fly and they did it. Think of Edison. He was confident that we could have a light bulb and he created one. Think of Steve Jobs, who totally believed and was very confident that we could have a thing called the iPhone. Where would we be without that today, right? So one of the things we always say is that practice makes perfect. That's actually not true. What practice does is it makes permanent. So the question is, what are you practicing? So are you practicing thoughts, feelings, actions that argue for your limitations, that tell you why you can't do it? Is that what the thoughts that you're practicing? Or are you practicing thoughts and feelings and actions that empower you to improve your life? Are you asking yourself how you can do something and then taking the actions and taking the action over and over again until you know that you can do it, until you know how to do it so that you can be confident? So what you need to do to make those improvements, to change things, to start really taking that direct service option to what you want, right? So you need to get confident. That's it. Decide that you're going to do that now. Start practicing. Start taking the actions towards it. No time like the present. In fact, there is only the present time. So do it now. And it's never the right time, right? But actually, the right time is now. So go for it. Now, keep the goal at the forefront of your mind. The thing is that successful people, they really only think about the results that they're going to get and how that result is going to benefit them and their loved ones. Right? So their thoughts are all about achieving that goal and how good life will be once they've achieved it. Now, unsuccessful people tend to think about the comfort of the process. So as soon as things get a little bit difficult on the way to goal, they're on the transhipment service. They're offloading and they're moving away from their intention. So although maybe they will pick it up again later, they've lost a lot of time and a lot of momentum, right? And they've got to probably start nearly all over again. So that takes a long time to reach your goal if you're ever going to reach it. So think about the goal. Think about the benefits that goal is going to give you, your family, all the people in your life, how that's going to benefit them. And then actually doing the things and the steps that you need to take towards it will come quite naturally and you'll just keep going. So what do you choose to travel on? Are you on a direct or are you going to be on a transshipment service? So that's it again. Have fun with that one. And if you do want to get loaded onto your direct shipment service, then you know where to find me and we will get you on your way. Good stuff. So next week, we're going to talk about inventory holding. I'm looking forward to that one. Thank you for joining. Have a wicked Wednesday. And as always, enjoy your lunch. Bon appetit.